Welcome into the Upstate Pulse on this beautiful Saturday evening. Yes.
What? Hold on. Have you looked outside?
Yes, much needed rain.
Okay.
We hadn't had rain in a long time. And, you don't want to get into any drought conditions because wells run dry and things like that. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
and
but
yes,
it was scary.
Yes, people, it was kind of, so be careful out there.
Hiding under
We will be keeping an eye on the weather. If there's any severe weather, we will let you know about that. But until then, or even during that, stay tuned to the Upstate Pulse for your fun on a Saturday night, because that's what we do here. If you've never listened to the show, let's say you're driving around in North Carolina or Georgia, or let's say you're on your way back from a horrible loss, like let's say from Georgia. Let's say you're a team coming back from there and you're trying to get away from football just for a little while. We'll take care of you. That's what we'll do here on the Upstate Pulse. We talk about pop culture. We talk about big feats, and we talk about UFOs, and we talk about chupacabras. And we talk about a lot of fun things, because even though the world may be burning, we don't smell smoke, and we're going to have some fun tonight. That's what we do for 2 hours. Let us make you forget about, anything that you got going on that's making you down, because either we'll say something funny or we'll say something so stupid that you'll say, man, at least I'm not that dumb. Either way, you feel better.
I'd say it's the second one.
It could be.
Especially if I'm talking.
On occasion,
yeah.
Cameron will say something funny. He's the only one on the show who will say, by the way, Cameron is here.
I am here.
See, that was hilarious. It was funny.
Howdy, y'all. It's Cameron here. Ready to give you some fun. Give my one-liners and some hee-haws and whatnot.
So for you Cameron stands out there, there you go. Just a taste. Got a little taste. That's all we were going to give you, a little taste. Obviously, my name is Lonzo, and he is Odie.
When did you learn stands?
I know the lingo, yo.
How are you?
There we go. That was perfect. Matthew is not here because he's just not here. We don't. Hopefully he's safe and at some sort of gathering.
He's at a gathering.
Kind of bad out there.
He's at a gathering. That's what he is.
He has not let us know that he was not coming. And because of that, because Matthew's not here, Nerf Wall has been canceled for
apparently
this evening.
His ritual is bi-weekly.
Nerf Wall has been canceled for this evening. And if you guys don't know what Nerf Wall is, someone was about to be shot against the Nerf Wall, and there was a tie. And the tie would have to be solved. And I will just go ahead and tell you, I was not part of that tie, and neither was Rob Brown. That's all I'm going to tell you. But there was a tie, and I don't know why Cameron's being apprehensive.
Was it a three-way tie, or was it a?
Matthew's not here, so I can't really say. I can say it was a tie. And here's the thing: I can carry it on for another month, and we can come back to it a month from now, because I still got my Nerf.
Mm-hmm.
And they're loaded and ready to go. So on today's show, other than that, we're going to talk about Acolyte. We're going to talk about Rings of Power, even though Odie doesn't want us to. We're going to do some Ask Odie.
It's not that takeover. I don't want us to do it. I'm just kind of like, it's not pure.
And even though Matthew's not here, we still will pick for Nerf Wall for next week.
Okay.
Because there's another PLE that happens tomorrow. One happened today in Germany, but it already happened, so obviously we can't pick that. But there's NXT No Mercy tomorrow, and we will pick that later on. Also, a bunch of video game stuff, including something intriguing that I want to ask both Cameron and Odie, and you, of course. If you want to be a part of the show, the text line is 71307. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch at either 98.9 WORD or the Upstate Pulse. And so let us know what you're doing. You're probably watching football, and I get it. It is football season. This is our off season where we lose some people, but they filter back in. And the cool part about working here at Odyssey of Greenville is we have the Odyssey app. And with the Odyssey app, you can go back and listen to the show if you missed it. And let's say you're like, man, I was watching football yesterday. I didn't get my Upstate Pulse fix. Well, you can turn into the Odyssey app and listen to the entire show. You can also go back and watch us on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. Why are you messing with the thing, man?
It's what I do, man.
Yeah, don't mess with the thing. Leave the thing alone.
Natural born messer.
What's up, Viper Dave, who is live on the stream? All right, so there's this thing that's happening in Westminster that Odie, and we talked about this every year, but there's one in North. There's one in North Carolina also,
Mhm.
and the one in North Carolina is the big one where they actually go on hunts.
Mhm.
And we keep talking about doing it every year, but we missed that one because that was in August, as we were informed. So we didn't get that one. But apparently, there is a Bigfoot festival in Westminster on October 11th and 12th. So that's a Friday and a Saturday. Now we can't do the Saturday one, but we could do the Friday one.
I think we could. I think we have to. I
Where's
think
Westminster?
We owe it to ourselves.
It's close
it's
to
Near Clemson.
It's on the other side,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
yeah, but it's on the other side of Clemson. So
It's on the safe side of Clemson.
if there is one, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it's not Clemson, so
well, there you go. But Westminster
That's
is
the dark land.
it's near the edge of the state from what I was looking at, somewhere near
Yeah.
the edge of the state.
I've been there a few times. I've been to Westminster a few times.
It may be a place that you go to and may have trouble finding your way back out. You know what I mean there, boy? You ain't from around here, are you? That type of thing. That's what you've been there. So am I right?
No, sir,
Is it
but
that
you're
kinda-
about to eat that banjo.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but every time I went to Westminster, I always giggle and go Westminster, because there's another Westminster in England.
See,
Well-
I thought you were talking about that one. I'm like,
No,
why are we talking about that?
no. Here's the thing: there are counties and states and cities and areas all over this country named after something
Yeah,
Very
from
expensive houses.
another country, and not just Britain, but Germany and France and a ton of things.
yeah.
That's
There's
just,
lots of Dublins. There's lots of Dublins.
Yeah, there's a Dublin, Ohio.
There's a Dublin in Georgia.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there are a lot of things
There's a
like
few
that.
Dublins.
So anyway, I am throwing this out there. If we were to go, does anybody want to go with us? I mean, we can meet up. No, I mean them, the listeners.
Are we trying to wrangle up a posse?
We may be.
Dadgummit!
Friend of mine,
Rally up, boys!
a friend
We're
of
gonna
mine,
go get ourselves a Bigfoot.
a friend of mine, Danny, just texted in and he says it's in the dark side of the county of Westminster.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's again, when I talked about it might possibly be one of those places because it's near Walhalla, and
I
Yeah,
remember Walhalla
yeah,
briefly.
Walhalla is Walhalla. There's like only one way in, and only one way out of Walhalla.
There
Is
is?
weird. It's very strange.
I don't
And
remember it due to the brain damage.
well, Walhalla also is where they took our last name, which is Reitzel, and made it Wrightzanelli.
Yeah, I turned
Which is
Italian for the day.
and next up, please come to Matt 2, Wrightzanelli. And I'm just like, what? What?
But
I
that-
wasn't aware I became Italian.
I think that's where we first met the dude who had to shave in between matches.
No,
It wasn't there?
No, it
I
wasn't.
thought
there.
it was there.
That was
But anyway.
that was the upper state term.
Yeah, but I thought we saw him there first, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember seeing him there.
Okay, anyway, Walhalla is kind of a weird place.
You know, it's supposed to be Valhalla. Like it actually was named for the German type or the Norse. It was named Valhalla.
No, it wasn't.
It actually was
No,
100%.
I don't believe you.
And it was turned because Valhalla is spelt with a W.
I know about Valhalla.
Yeah.
Because I'm Viking descent.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Listen,
Anyway.
I went there
Did you?
at least 50 times.
When you fell off the horse?
All the times that I was killed on the set of Vikings, I went to Valhalla. I'd get there and Odin would be looking at me. He goes, "Killed again? Yeah. All right."
Here's your free ice cream, Odie.
Yeah, actually sounds very like him. He goes, "Ah, my raven, you are here again."
See, I agree with you, Chris. I think it is a Native American name. I don't think it's what Odie is saying.
No.
Although that sounds clever. It does.
Yeah.
But it's I don't think
It's
so.
all of the truths.
Yeah, okay. Next thing you're gonna say is Saskatchewan is from Germany also.
Well, if you're up there at Saskatoon, because you gotta go up to Saskatoon and get your Tim Hortons and look at some loonies and some toonies, and you gotta watch the game on the ice. That's the best game in the world ever, eh? That's what we do.
Yeah, Tuskegee is from like Turkey. Yeah, I mean, so there's just all those things. Anyway, it is October 11th and 12th, and very interested in going. Also, man, this is weird because this mic just keeps.
I know mine does the same. That's why I have it kind of twisted.
No, it keeps going in and out in my headphones. It's so I think it's okay.
Listen, man, some people would pay for that. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what you're talking about there,
Yar.
fella. All right, so speaking of Yar, Carolina Renaissance Festival. Haven't been in a couple years. It's in North Carolina. It is a permanent thing. It's like going to an amusement park. I mean, with the parking and how and getting in and everything. It comes back October 5th and 24th. We are considering going on a Sunday. I don't know if Odie wants to go with us, but I'm mentioning it here. going on a Sunday. It actually opens at 11, so you could probably go and get back. Actually, I think it opens at 9. You can go and get back in time to watch football if that's what you want to do. But it's a lot of fun. And Odie's been to a bunch of Ren fairs. Or he's been to one particular Ren fair in Georgia, I believe.
Yeah.
And this one is big. It's been there for a long time, and it's really cool. And I just mentioned to the listeners that we're going to go in case somebody, wants to go with us. I don't want to like a caravan or anything, but if we're there and you're there, you could just say, hey, I heard you saying you were going to be here, so we're here.
Yeah.
But then don't get weird afterwards. I mean,
you can get weird.
You're saying that as if we aren't.
Well, we are.
They
But,
would
right.
fit
It can only handle so much weirdness.
well, they can get weird with me. That's fine.
You're into that.
Yeah.
but I'm into that. That's just how I roll. man.
Menage a weird,
Ooh.
which I do think is Frank. Anyway,
Oh,
let us take a break. When we come back,
That was layered.
yes, we're going to talk about Acolyte. We're going to talk
Rich.
about Rings of Power, and we're going to talk about Back to the Future 2. Odie's been dying to know why I want to talk about
I don't
this.
know. I don't know. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, you
No,
will.
no.
You will.
No.
You might even want to participate. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Ding, ding, tick, tick, ding, ding, tick, tick.
Scott, you usually send interesting things. You're probably just like, and they're really lengthy. And it's like, man, I ain't typing all that again.
It's the first time in like several years that you haven't, in all the time that you've been commenting, this is the first time this has happened.
That we know of.
No, he usually
No, it may have happened before.
he could have.
Yeah.
He just might not have said anything about it.
Well, it's kind of like Dale Preston. I went to. What did he say?
Well, since we don't know who you're talking about,
Dale Preston is the English guy from Wayne's World 2. He was a roadie for.
It's been a long time since Wayne's World 2 was not nearly as good as Wayne's World
No.
1. So even though it had Christopher Walken in it, it's hard to be bad with Christopher Walken in it. But
No, Dale Preston was talking about that Jimmy Page wouldn't go on stage without a thousand brown M&Ms. So we had to go to a convenience store at the side of Eastern Shillong. They didn't have a guard dog. They had a ruddy, great big Bengal tiger. The tiger was no problem, but the shopkeeper and his son, we had to beat them to death with their own shoes. But-
who was playing that guy? Who was the actor?
Oh, man, I can't remember.
So they were able to
Ooh,
circumvent
the Long
tiger.
Cane Massacre Burial Site in McCormick County. Spirits are there.
Chris, do you know this firsthand?
Odie would be the person he would communicate because he has a familiarity with the Fae. So
Yeah, but the Fae and just general spirits aren't the same thing.
how do you know? You're not the expert. He is, and he ain't said anything.
I won't.
See,
Well, the Fae are fairies and spirit. Like are we talking
Ralph
undead
William John
spirits?
Brown. Yes, who Dale
Oh,
Preston was.
Oh, that was the actor.
Yeah, Ralph William John Brown.
That's whoever
Slightly
wrote it.
more terrifying now, Chris.
You need a vehicle. I drive a
It's
vehicle.
getting worse, Chris.
Oh,
the more you
oh,
describe it.
Speaking of vehicle, I got to come back and talk about it before we get to the other
Oh
stuff.
yes,
yeah,
we do.
I even posted
Oh, the
about
dude. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
that. Cameron was there.
Yeah, no, but it's funny
I
though.
was
Yeah.
my mind was boggled.
I was there, man. I was there.
I was there. I witnessed it.
We used to have a health and safety guy in a company I used to work for. He was a Scottish guy, and he was old enough. And anytime I'd be listening to music, listening to radio, and some band would come on, like Metallica could come on, or Creedence Clearwater would come on, and he'd walk up and he'd go, "Oh, I was there, man. I was at that gig back in 1972. Oh, I can't remember much of it, but it was fun. I was there, man. I was there."
Do you
And
ever
he-
mention that Metallica didn't exist in 1972?
But Creedence Clearwater, he would have been
Oh,
talking about
okay,
them.
okay, CCR, yeah.
But he'd come up any song like Chris de Burgh would be playing. Oh, I was there, man. I don't remember much of it, but I was there, man.
Were there any concerts you did remember?
No. I don't remember much
How
of
does
it.
he know he actually went?
But I was there, man.
I remember the emotion.
He probably no, and he was so softly spoken. Like this guy's a real metaler, and he's just, oh, I was there, man. You know, it was amazing. And I don't remember what happened, but I was
Call him a
there.
meddler? What's a meddler?
Metaler.
Metaler.
Metaler. Like,
Yeah,
you worked metal?
No, he's just a metalhead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. All right.
I thought you were.
What's a quiet meddler? If it is a meddler,
soft spoken?
No, man, you got to rock. No, those don't exist.
Yes, they do a lot.
Uh-uh.
I don't know.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Alonzo and Odie and Cameron here, having fun on a Saturday night. You want to be a part of the show? Text line is 71307. We are also live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. If you send us a text, make sure you put Flaccid on the beginning of it, even though she's not going to be here Monday. Whoever's filling in for her, talking about Tara, will wonder why is there a bunch of Flaccid on here. And I did know because I got the email, but I forgot. So there's that. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I'm older. I'm actually going to be 56 in a few weeks, and I still look at old people and think they're old, and there could be a good chance that these people are not much older than me.
Probably like older than you by like 2 or 3 years,
or in some cases they may be a lot older. I don't know. So I brought pizza tonight because we got the whole gang. We thought, because some of us are at a gathering, but we have a lot of people here, including Furman is going on in the fan. I wanted to bring a pizza for Ben and Will as they're working the Furman game. And so we're sitting in a parking lot in Simpsonville, and I'm going to tell you which one, just because why not? It's
awfully specific.
It's a Little Caesars parking lot that also has a gym in it. So there we go.
There's a gym in Little
No,
Caesars?
the gym's not in Little Caesars.
Okay.
But in between the gym and Little Caesars is a bar. So, which just comes into play. This comes into play. So normally I park my old broken down vehicle way away from everybody else because I'm embarrassed of the vehicle. And I don't want anyone else having to park next to me and think, wow, this is a horrible looking vehicle.
Yeah, you're jalopy.
Yeah, it's definitely a hoopty.
Are you still driving that?
Yeah, I know. Well, I can't afford anything else.
Break down in a moment.
So anyway, so I'm sitting there like in one of the first parking spots, but there's a spot open in front of me. So here comes this legitimate old jalopy. Guy's in the demo, but if he's listening now, he's drunk. He's probably still in the bar. But anyway, he pulls in, and the whole time we're sitting, because you can order from Little Caesars and they will keep it to a certain time.
Hot and ready.
So you got to order the thin crust. So we're waiting till 5:00. And so old man pulls in, and I'm like, please don't hit the car. Please don't hit the car. Please don't hit the car. Because he's pulling in and he's old and I'm worried. So
and the elderly are prone to
yeah,
mistakes.
Absolutely.
He's so old.
He was wearing like 1975 clothes, and I recognized that because I was there. So anyway,
I was there. Man.
Yeah, I was there. So I was much younger then. So old dude gets out of the car and he's looking at Cameron and I the entire time.
Was he eyeballing you?
Yes. No,
yes,
this is not a joke.
The full stinker.
Yeah, this is not a joke. Okay, so he's looking at us.
Okay.
And I get it, man. There are a lot of older people when I walk into a room or a restaurant or something, they are offended by my hair.
Yeah, because
which is shorter now than what it was a month ago.
Yeah, you need not apply.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't have a hat to tuck it up under. So he's looking at us, and then there's legitimate eye contact, which I normally don't do, but I'm smiling. He opens his door back up, locks the door, closes it, and side eyes us as he's walking over. And I'm like, he ain't getting pizza. He's going to the bar. And then he like meandered a little. I was like, I'm wrong. He's getting pizza. And then he went in the bar. So
he did kind of curve in his trajectory.
He did, but he may have still been keeping an eye on us.
Yeah.
The audacity of that man to give you a stare down, driving what he was driving.
All right.
Thinking we were going to we were going to carjack him and take something less.
And here's the thing. He was looking at me the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could have been offended. There was a time when I was younger in Ohio, if I walked in the store, security followed me. And if I walked in the mall, security followed me.
Well, you have that look about you.
Yeah, apparently. And I
Yeah.
thought I lost it.
Yeah, it's still there.
I don't understand. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause I'm
I
s-
honestly don't understand why people do that to you.
I'm suddenly
Specifically
approachable.
you.
I have people come up and talk to me now, which is weird.
Yeah.
The listeners I get,
Yeah.
but then other people come up who I don't think know who I am and start talking to me. There used to be a time where they would not come up and say a word to me.
Have you lost your edge?
Well, no, I mean, you get older, you get some gray in there. I think I look more psycho now than I did when I was 20. But anyway, it's the sunken eyes and stuff. I can't do that. And I'm not doing Botox. I can't fix it.
Nah.
It just looks that way. So there was a time where I would have been completely offended, but I was laughing my butt off because it was so obvious.
It was so dumb too.
When
It's
you
just like, it
when
made
you
no
sent me the
sense.
message and told me that happened, I was like, "What are you saying? Why?"
Yeah, it was, at the same time, it made me feel young again a little bit.
Good.
It did. It made me feel,
Did it make you feel pretty?
well, I always feel pretty, but
Okay.
it made me feel young again. Like there were times where I would walk through stores and security would follow me and I would turn around and ask them where to find something. And they
Yeah.
would be like, well,
I don't know.
I don't work here. It's like, yeah, you do.
You're-
Where is this?
You're following me.
"No, I don't work here. You do work here. I need to find, could you help me find this? If you help me find it, I can leave the store quicker so you don't have to follow me anymore.
Exactly.
I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah. And
Help
by the
me
way,
help
by the
you.
way, a couple times the guys were like, okay, it's over here.
Such a
this.
power move, and I appreciate that.
Something that
approve.
I don't normally do, but I have my moods every once in a while. But-
No, and you should absolutely do that because you are like the least likely person to do.
I just read what Chris posted. Chris posted on the stream. Maybe you reminded him of his daughter's ex-husband.
Somebody on the text line says, "Lonzo, if you think that the 1970s were bad, you would have been floored by the 1870s."
Wow.
Yeah, you probably would have.
They were pretty bad.
I think they were. I mean, there was a couple of arguments going on at the time, and
Yeah,
there was maybe a couple of gunfights here and there.
Yeah,
a lot
and-
of strife, a lot of general
By
strife.
the way, I've heard stories because my grandma dated one of the Hatfields from the Hatfields and the McCoys, which is a big feud.
Yeah,
My papa told me about how his brother was so upset that he was going to marry my grandma that he waited all night over the side of the hill to shoot my grandpa, and he missed. And my grandpa shot him and rolled him over the hill. You don't mess with my papa.
Evidently not.
that's
And like my
Okay.
great grandfather was the last guy to be hung in Pike County, Kentucky,
nice.
for stealing a horse.
That's a lineage.
How do I know that? Because my grandma had a picture hanging in her house with that saying on the bottom. So I don't know if there's pride about it or
Was there
not.
a picture of the actual?
No, not the hanging, just the guy. That would have been morbid if it was the hanging.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I would kind of expect that. I don't know why.
Well, it's a relative. I guess you keep pictures of relatives, whether they're famous or infamous, I suppose. But
This is why I don't think too much about the family's past. But I prefer to
Hey.
blaze a much brighter future.
listen, we're hot blooded, just like Odie, which
Yeah.
is why we get along with him so much. I'm sure there's Irish in us back somewhere.
Yeah.
And
It's all the anger
yeah,
just kind of
because sometimes you just get mad for no reason. You don't know
Sometimes.
why. It's just in you.
Yeah.
It's just in you. And
it's the fire,
it is.
a din inside your soul,
And you can't.
that needs to burst out.
And people
Hit
will ask
somebody.
you, why did you just get mad? Which don't happen to me that much anymore as I've gotten older. Why did you get mad? And I don't know.
I just did.
It's just there.
you
it's
are
just
so
there.
much more calm.
It's
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, I am.
Um,
But I'd say Cameron's still got that fire. He still gets mad sometimes for no reason at all.
Oh, yeah, no,
It
I
makes
will.
no sense,
Yeah.
but he just gets mad.
I get angry with my shadow sometimes. Yeah.
Texter says, Lonzo, my dad is from Easton, Kentucky. We might be related. Cousin, can I borrow a 20? Well, if I didn't drive a jalopy, I probably would give you a 20. But, there's that.
Another one on the text. Now I'm going to try and do this in the best accent that I can. Is you boys ain't from around here. There are two ways in and out of Walhalla, and yes, it's named after the Garden of the Gods by the Germans in 1800. Tell you what. So that text message come in. I think that's the right kind of wordage to use.
Yeah,
That
it's
poor
not bad.
German immigrant
Not-
that you
not
just
bad.
tried to
Yeah, yeah.
do
yeah.
do the
Way to go.
impersonation of.
He stereotyped them.
Okay, hold
I
on.
don't know if Odie did that.
Yeah, you boys are really not from around these parts. There's two ways out of Valhalla. And yes, Oti name is after the Garden of the Gods by us Germans in the 1800s. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Matthew, finally realized what time it was. And
that to me smells like an
no,
excuse
no,
of a
no,
gathering.
no.
It's a gathering.
There's no gathering involved. He is trying. He's also going to school while doing a full-time job and showing up on Saturdays where, so
he doesn't have to be here.
No,
and he gets drained.
But it's still.
We've seen him drained, and he's drained. It's better he stays home because if he's drained, he yawns a lot. And
I'm not going to.
he cannot hair flip. And he's tired if he can't hair flip.
Yeah, no. If Matthew can't do the hair flip,
he doesn't hair flip. We're heading for nap time for
the end
for
of the world as we know it.
It is. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I promise we're going to talk about Back to the Future 2, and I'm not doing that thing. And I'm not going to let me do this thing because this
no.
This is an important question that it's a life decision that I need help with. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Are you buying a DeLorean?
There's a DeLorean that drives around here all the time. Tim took a picture of him at Spinks.
Is there an old man that drives it, or?
I've never actually seen the person who drives it. I still remember the monkey. I will never forget the monkey.
Yes.
The monkey was so great. So right out here.
Oh God, I hope I have that.
I probably have the picture somewhere. I posted it. There's a dude in a convertible next to me as I'm waiting in the light out there with a monkey in a dress. And it was just like, it's just like going,
yes.
This is like running all around the car. And I'm sitting there going, get my phone out. I can't believe this. Wasn't the only one. Everyone's taking pictures. I think it was a pink dress. I can't remember.
Which, by the way, you said that to me. I was at work. I jumped out of my seat. I was like, it's a monkey.
It's a monkey
in a dress.
Yeah, it's just like,
and everyone was just
it's one of those things where it's me. So if I tell people that, they'll be like, yeah, right. Yeah, right.
He said photo evidence. So I believed him.
So it's like I got to get a picture of this thing, and I got lucky and got. Did I get video? I can't remember. I got a picture of video.
You definitely got pictures.
Yeah, but anyway.
Because again, I wouldn't.
And apparently, this guy drives around with his monkey all the time.
Does anyone?
Don't we all? Don't we all?
See, he couldn't do it because I was staring at him. That's why he couldn't do it. We were making eye contact, and he couldn't do it. Even now, you're not really looking at me.
He's looking off to the left. That's all he can do.
Yeah, we did that. We did that last week, Chris. We actually did review Deadpool last week.
Did we?
We talked about the cameos and everything. Yeah.
I watched it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I'm waiting for it to come on streaming channels. No. The coolest thing I ever did see, was I was sitting at traffic lights in
see
Dublin.
Something really scary?
No, it was so cool. I was sitting at traffic lights in Dublin, and just sitting there. And next thing, this car comes up beside me, and I was on the motorcycle. Car came up beside me, and I just seen the silver bonnet come up. And I was like, "What the?" And next thing I looked,
silver bonnet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silver hood.
Okay. All right.
Next thing,
do they call it a bonnet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen all the lights on the side of it, and I looked back, and it was a DeLorean. It was a proper time machine DeLorean. It had all the bits on the back and all the lights on the side of it. And I just looking at it. And next thing I looked at the driver's seat, and it was an old guy, and he had a white kind of standy up wig.
Oh yeah.
And he had some, the glasses. And he pressed the horn, and when he pressed the horn, it goes diddly diddly, diddly diddly. And I swear to God, I was just sitting there, I was like, oh. And I followed him for like an hour, just driving behind him. I know where to be and nothing to do. And I was just like, it was so cool. It was.
So you stalked these people.
They were dressed like Back to the Future dudes.
Chris said, I got a great uncle who's got shot and killed doing a robbery during the Depression. He was also a dentist.
Oh, sometimes.
Chris, you're coming on the show tomorrow night.
Well, dentists back in the day were also, surgeons.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Steve Martin skit, you should watch that from Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Leeches.
Leeches.
Oh, we have to do radio.
Allegedly. Yes, Chris, you're right.
You could be making all of it up.
There's still a chance. There's still a chance that he's not Irish. There's still a chance. He knows a lot of people in radio from another radio group that's no longer, operating. And I've noticed that he knows a lot of those people, and they've commented on him, and he's commented back. So this could all be a radio ploy.
Could be.
It could absolutely be.
Are we in a bit right now?
We could be. Action Jackson is somewhere laughing his butt off that he's been able to pull this off for
2 years.
Maybe I
He's
am
been able to
action.
pull it
2
off
years.
for 2 years.
2 years.
2
Maybe
years.
I am action. Or I could be Craig.
Oh no, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You need
No,
one
you're
of those
definitely not
guys.
Action Jackson.
Yeah.
Um,
I worked with Action Jackson for a long time. I know you're not him. You guys talk similar about things, but anyway,
yes, you do.
I'm not. I don't think I'm as explicit.
he's pretty explicit. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. Lonzo here, along with Odie and Cameron.
Hello.
This show really does fly by sometimes when we're having fun, and we're always having fun, except for when we're not. But usually we're having fun. So there's this thing that's happening on October 21st at 7:00, and it is actually going to be at the Regal Simpsonville, which is the theater that we usually go to, which we'll be going to see Beetlejuice next Thursday at that theater. Say hey if you see us. Back to the Future 2 is going to be screened at the theater. There's this thing. I have never seen Back to the Future 2. Should I stick to my guns and never watch this movie?
No.
Yes.
Because it's been a thing. It's been a part of my being, a part of my radio personality.
Yeah.
That I have never seen Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
And I can watch it on video.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as watching it in the theater.
No. Have you seen Back to the Future 1?
Yes.
Have
And 3 is my favorite. Whatever, dude. Yeah.
Well, Odie can be wrong.
How can you not? No, like how that
3 is my favorite.
I- yeah.
Clint Eastwood, man. I mean, it's my favorite.
I mean, people like you, man.
Whatever. It's called, I don't know if you knew about this, but at least for now, it's free country, and you can have free speech at least for now.
At the moment.
And so I can like something and you cannot like it. And that's okay. I loved 1,
Yeah.
but I loved 3 better.
Yeah, but you love 2 even better.
I doubt it. Here's the thing. I really liked Westerns growing up.
Yeah.
So 3 meant a little bit more to me than 1.
Also, 2 is covering a period of time that's already happened.
Yes, it has.
Like their future is now our past.
Right. So, I mean,
Will that even mean anything anymore?
Sent back to the past to stop the future.
see, here's the thing. And this is not me being, Trey said he always thought the third was worst. I know people who liked the third one and people who didn't. When it comes down to it, I think it's about taste. Now, I love the first one because they went back to the 50s, and that's when my mom grew up, and I heard about a bunch of stuff like that. And Chuck Berry. I mean, even though it wasn't Chuck Berry wasn't on it, it was his cousin.
Yeah, it was Marvin Berry.
It was cousin Marvin.
Yeah.
But still, when whacked out Crispin Glover finally got enough guts to punch Biff in the face, I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
It really was. At the what was it? The Under the Sea dance?
The Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Yeah. So I love that movie, but 3, I really liked all the wordplay. And I love that the Irish guy didn't want to. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why you don't like
you
it.
see?
Wow.
No,
It
no,
was
no,
a depiction
no.
of. So you didn't like his Irish accent.
I never said I didn't like it.
Wow. Did you see the look on
It
his
is
face?
that.
You see the look on his
Yep,
face when
you
I discovered it?
nailed
Look,
right
he's even
on the
turning
head.
away.
I never said I didn't like it
Wow.
ever.
Wow.
But Seamus,
Ha. I love, it's an epiphany. It's just like we just went CSI or something, and the witness finally, the culprit finally came forth and said, "Yes, I did it, and I do it again."
listen, Seamus McFly. All right, he wasn't too bad.
Are you gonna crack on the actor? You he has like a disease.
Are
Yeah.
you gonna go that low,
Wow.
Odie?
Wow.
Get in the coffin.
No, I never said
in
it was
the
bad.
coffin.
I never said I disliked it. The thing I disliked about number 3, I actually didn't dislike it. I liked it because it has ZZ Top as the old school band.
Oh, which is great. It
Yeah.
was. They even did the guitar spin
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
I think
And-
you're just
and-
trying to be a contrarian to my father. here.
When they were actually making Back to the Future 3, something happened with one of the cameras and ZZ Top started playing. It was during when they were filming that scene, when they were filming the dance on whatever night it was. And ZZ Top said they'll play a little bit of music. So they played music. They started taking requests and they were playing lots of music. So it ended up being a party happening while they couldn't get the cameras to work. And Michael J. Fox said it was one of the best nights he ever had on set ever because of that.
And you still don't like the movie.
I never said I didn't like the movie.
You just you gave. You
Also, you were framing this as if this was the reason why you didn't like it.
When did I say I didn't like the movie?
well, he didn't like it because of the Irish. Yeah, that's what's.
Yeah, that's
It,
it's
no,
all
is
right.
it because he was too nice? It's because Seamus
Seamus-
didn't
That's
want
a
to
poor
fight.
representation of us.
Seamus
I
wasn't.
would have punched him in the face.
So what
well,
you're
that's 'cause
saying?
you're a narcissist. but-
Pacifists in Ireland don't exist, whether now or in the past.
No, we
Okay.
don't.
It's
We're
right.
never that nice.
See, I
And
knew
tell-
that's what it
And I
was.
tell you one thing. I wouldn't have given him one of my hats. No. I don't care how much he looked like my brother, who I couldn't call yellow. But, I was, no. And his wife, Maggie.
Everyone within time is going to say that Clint Eastwood was yeller
And here's
or
the
a
thing.
coward or something.
Maggie should have cleaned them rabbits right. She should have cleaned them properly. He brought home the rabbits. Maggie, I brought home rabbits for food. And then all of a sudden, poor old Clint Eastwood, he was spitting out pellets because Maggie didn't. Now, you see, that's not Irish.
By the way, I had a stepfather once who shot squirrel, and we had squirrel and dumplings.
Yeah,
I had to do that same thing.
there you go.
Yeah. It was not. It's what is that? I'll just spit it out.
It's pellet.
It's a
Yeah.
pellet. Yeah, it's not. It's
Well,
yeah.
there's-
Yeah, some people have gotten like stomach cancer and stuff from things like that. I think, but
yes, that's why you clean that out.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
and see, that's why Maggie done a bad job.
dude, we were pouring on welfare, man. Squirrel tastes good.
No, it's not on you.
Yeah, I was just a little
That
kid.
was on whichever stepfather. it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, it
But
was.
Getting back to the main crux of it, go see Back to the Future 2. It is amazing. It is fantastic.
See,
on the big
when I
screen.
saw the Temptation, I want to know what the fans think about it.
You
And-
want to
and-
know what love is?
Yeah. Well, I want you to show me, but I don't. I don't know if I should go or not.
Go.
Don't.
Okay.
I know we're on opposite
Texas
sides
says
of the
Back to the
shoulder
Future 1 is the best. Sorry. You
Don't be
put your
sorry.
commas in the wrong place. Part 2 is better than part 3. I agree with the Irishman.
Teet, ta, ta.
Hey,
See,
man, punctuation's important.
It
That's
is.
all I'm saying.
It is. It is.
As people who have to read for a living, if punctuation's in the wrong spot, it makes things not flow right.
I know, and some of us are dyslexic, so it just makes it all bad.
All right, so let's do a poll right now. What is the percentage of people who think that I'll actually go see this movie?
Can I dance on it?
How are we
I would say
Well, it's Saturday. I mean, that's what you do.
I thought it was all right for fighting on Saturday.
And other things.
pole dancing and sparkling up the
Yeah,
butt.
let's take a break. You
Yeah.
are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here
No, we're not listening to the
on
Upstate Pulse.
News Talk
Yeah.
98.9 WORD. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but it is the voice of the Carolinas.
Thanks for that.
Chris, have you become a witch doctor?
No, I could have just went
You could have.
to noob you, but I did not do that because
Oh, isn't
I'm
that a
a-
noobing offense?
no,
'Cause
no,
you didn't
no.
have it ready.
no.
He failed.
No, that was team. That's what team is.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I normally have two. I don't know why my second one is.
By the way, the people asking me about the squirrel thing, I didn't have a choice.
Squirrel.
You were a child.
It's
on
it's
welfare.
eat squirrel or eat nothing.
Squirrel.
Exactly. Except when you say it, sounds like Squirtle, which is just awesome.
Squirrel.
Now I'm just imagining him as a Squirtle.
Yeah, well, I'm just imagining him as a Pokemon hunter.
Okay.
Geodude, I choose you.
He's not a Geodude kind of guy.
I don't know. What would he be? Maybe a ghost type?
Snorlax. No. He would be Togepi.
Togepi. What's Jinx? He'll use Jinx.
No. What's the one?
Oh.
What's the one that sings people to sleep?
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Yes.
That's what he would. That's what
he'd be a
he would be a
Jigglypuff user.
Jigglypuff trainer.
Okay.
Jigglypuff. I choose you.
I like something to make me sleep in the evenings.
Jigglypuff and Snorlax.
Yes. He's cuddling with Snorlax while
While Jigglypuff is putting him to sleep. Yeah, I mean that just works.
You know-
perfectly.
And then Hypno is just in the
Do you
back
even know
corner
what we're
making-
talking
Not even
about?
slightly. Just when you're saying that you're going to jiggle my puffs, I'm like, come on, man.
You had to
Seriously?
take it. You had to take it another
So
way.
is there just like some sort of nasty filter in your ears?
Oh, there's no filter. That's the problem.
No.
Oh no,
Filters-
the one
it
going
makes it
in.
dirtier.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The one that's going
I'll
in is
take your
fine.
gutter and go one
It's
lower.
coming out. Fabulous.
I'm not touching that.
Dexter says squirrel is delicious even if you aren't poor. Okay.
You got to be poor to like squirrels, man.
That's one of those things out of context. The Upstate Pulse on August 31st. Squirrels are delicious even if you aren't poor.
New York rats have fluffy tails. Would you eat them over squirrels?
Yes,
No.
yes, it would.
They would have more meat on them probably.
would.
But no, thank you.
Packed with protein and
I remember when
Right.
they wanted a rat czar, I was talking to a guy from New York and asked him, are the rats really that much of a problem? And he said, yes.
so
He also
basically-
stole my bit and put it on national radio, punk.
Basically, New York is turning into
Carlos.
the video game Dishonored.
Ortega.
To
No.
many of you who
Ortez.
know that reference.
You have no idea who that is.
He done stuff on the fan. He used to be in the Marines or something, or in the
Yeah,
Army.
that's him.
He stole my bit.
I shot a rat.
Not only did he steal the bit, he used the music and everything.
Oh,
I shot a rat outside of Dublin. This thing was huge.
I've seen bodies of rats this big, and then you put the tails on them. They're like the size
Yeah.
of a possum.
are you sure it wasn't a were rat?
No, I shot him, and I. Thing is, I didn't kill him with the first shot because I thought, like,
On purpose? Or you just wing
No, I shot him where I thought he would get him.
No, you're a really good shot. That's
Yeah,
why,
and
from
that's
what I
like,
understand. so.
I shot him where I thought it would get him, but it
Okay.
didn't. It just made him angry. So then I shot him again. But
Oh, I bet there are, Chris. I bet
I
there
hope we
are.
never find out.
Yeah.
let's go there.
No,
No, why would we want to go to the detention center?
Shoot some rats.
no.
Yeah, you go to the detention center with your gun. Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah,
This
I-
is not a level.
You go right ahead.
I didn't-
This is not level 1 of the Fighters Guild here. We
I
don't
didn't-
need to go.
I didn't
and
see the
beat up
detention.
rats.
I didn't see the detention center
Oh,
part.
okay.
I was like, oh yeah, no, that's no bueno, Kimasabi.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yes, it did.
Carlos is he's good and he's a cool dude to a degree, but he stole my bit.
It's Steeler.
Yeah, that's so I'm always gonna have a problem with that. He'll deny it, but he did it. We heard it. Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo and Cameron and Odie. If you want to be a part of the show, text line 71307 or check us out live on Facebook, YouTube, or X at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. Texter says squirrel is delicious even if you aren't poor. And I have a question for Cameron. So
great.
in case you guys didn't know, maybe it's your first time tuning in, Cameron is related to me in some way. If you
How?
if you were because I remember what was it, rice that you didn't want to eat, if I served you squirrel, would you have eaten it as a child?
I don't know.
Would you
This-
still be sitting at that table like with the rice?
Here's the thing: you're trying to make me recall a time and like a mindset I don't have anymore. Because I absolutely adore rice now.
Dude, bros, dude, that's wrong, man. I wish my dad said nice things like that about me.
Ooh, that is a low bar.
Hey, you know what, Dude, bros? I wish I had a dad. So there we go. Now the bar's even lower.
Can
So
we
there.
stop getting sad
Do you-
here?
You want to keep going?
Let's not. This is
Huh?
not. This is not the
So
Depression
anyway,
Olympics.
Anyway,
We
and
don't
this is
need
also and if you're in Lawrence or Pickens County, you don't need to answer this question. So if someone served you squirrel, would you eat it?
By the way, to answer your question, I don't think I would understand the differences in types of meat when I was a child, so I probably would have eaten it.
Well, there's probably some restaurants that you probably have eaten it. So I mean,
I
there's
have
that.
probably eaten plenty of meats that I wasn't aware of.
Yes, rat and cat and
I hear the slight
squirrel.
whispering of of Ireland on the win.
Are you going to say Squirrel is good with Kerrygold? Are you okay? You all right?
I think you guessed his bet.
He's broken.
You good?
All I can say.
You sound like Muttley.
There was a time when
Pull it together, man.
oh God Almighty. Oh, there was a time in Ireland when the potatoes went black in the fields, and all we had was a rat, and you'd eat a rat with carrots if you had some, and maybe a bit of Kerrygold.
Cats and Kerrygold probably make not cats.
Rats.
Yeah, carrots. Carrots and Kerrygold would probably make everything better.
Probably.
Yeah, it's just probably. I don't.
You know, I feel like that was minus points for what you're going for.
Yeah,
I don't care.
he cracked himself up. I guess that's all that matters.
Listen, it was my joke, and it was funny.
Yeah,
but
but
it was funny in my head before it even came out. Oh, stop.
What voice did you hear in your head? Did you hear your own voice or another voice saying all that?
In Irish.
Okay, all right. Oh, so what even in English? That's why you're struggling. Yeah, you had to.
It's just an Irish gibberish.
Yeah, you had to. It took him a second to interpret what his
It
inner voice was
The
saying.
translator
even-
was giggly.
It wasn't even
Hey,
in
what-
English.
Does your inner voice talk in Irish or in
It switches.
English?
It switches.
Does it ever do a combination?
If I'm angry with myself, if I'm giving out to myself, it's in Irish.
Okay, giving out to yourself.
I'm
Is,
putting myself down, or
Okay, I was going to say giving out is not the same as putting out, right?
calling myself an Amadon or something.
I always thought that was the same thing.
Yeah, giving
But
out and putting out. I thought that was the same thing too. That's why I was just a little confused.
Out to
What about
myself.
putting on something like putting on the Ritz?
Yeah, well, you could do that.
You know, if you're blue, you know who you can turn to.
You know who else who else is blue?
Smurfs.
Well, yeah.
That was way too quick.
Yes.
But here, I
That
got
was a Smurfy way to answer.
Before we do,
I'm trying to transition here.
Yeah,
but
well,
I mean,
Really
you know,
before
smurfing
you
the
do-
segment.
but what happens when you choke? When you choke a Smurf, what color does he turn? You ever choked your Smurf? What color does he turn? Because he's already blue.
I step on Smurfs
Okay. You just killed it.
because I don't know what you're doing, and
Neither
I'm
do I.
worried.
We don't
Neither
like the
do
bit.
I.
We don't
But,
like the bit.
If someone is choking or can't get a breath, they turn blue.
They turn blue. So,
So
what
if
would
a
something that's
Smurf is
blue?
already
all right,
blue.
so I get it. So okay. So what color would a choking Smurf turn?
I don't know.
I don't know. Teal?
Uh,
Maybe teal. What's a
What-
lighter shade? Would they get a lighter shade or a
They would
darker
turn
shade?
chartreuse.
I don't know. Text
Darker.
line 71307. If a Smurf was choking, what color would they turn? Would they still turn blue? So would you know? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe green. Maybe they would turn green.
Possibly. Oh, green.
Yeah.
What if they turn red?
Now he's picturing Smurfette green, and you need to just stop. Okay.
La, 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 la,
Way
la,
too
la,
small
la,
for
la.
you.
Go on anyway. Tell me about your blue thing.
Okay. People who are blue are people who wanted the Acolyte to go to season 2.
Ah,
Oh,
You see, I rhymed there
oh,
too because
dang.
yes, I was.
you're a poet and you
It was
didn't know it.
what? No, I already knew it, and it was effortless because that's why I could write country songs, hits with no problem at all.
Rob Sack coming soon.
Yeah,
If we can
eventually.
get Purvis out of jail.
Stinking Purvis, man, that dude's always in jail. So the Acolyte, the much maligned Acolyte, has, according to some people on the internet, so it's got to be true, has like the biggest petition ever to make a season 2, supposedly.
No, it doesn't.
That's what they say.
It's like,
Well, it's
what?
on the internet, so it's got to be true,
I
right?
don't get why they do the petition so much.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
it doesn't work. Well,
it's only worked for like Daredevil.
no, it worked for the Snyder Cut,
Schneider.
Yeah,
which I don't care what anyone says. I love the Snyder Cut.
it was a lot better.
Yeah, it was very good. Jared Leto's Joker in Snyder Cut, much better.
Here's the thing, that on its own was so much better than the Acolyte, though.
All right. The text line says biscuits and squirrel gravy growing up in Norwood in Clement County, Ohio. See, it's an Ohio thing, I guess.
Has to be.
Because I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and that's where I were
I feel like we
when
opened a
I
can of
was
squirrels.
eating them there squirrels.
I'm there, squirrel.
And text says probably purple, the color that.
Yeah.
You know what? This is this is a question that Tara needs to be asked.
I should have saved this
You-
question for tomorrow night.
Well, you could.
Mm.
But I think anyone who's listening now, I'm sure you listen at all hours of the day, every day, because you rip that daggum knob off. You need to text Tara when she comes back on Tuesday
Yes.
and ask her about what color a Smurf would turn if they were joking.
Yes.
I'd say she would appreciate the question.
I think she would.
And I bet she would actually have a very quick answer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a scientific quandary, you know?
If you guys inundate her or just like put a bunch of text in there, she would be forced to answer said texts.
She must bow to the will of the people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but a texter says a certain AI for a phone says a Smurf will turn purple.
Why do they in particular know that?
Because they probably ask that.
No.
Entity.
I'm
They ask
asking
their
about the
phone.
entity.
Is there a
knowing that.
reason that you won't say the entity?
Because my phone would turn on.
All right.
I'm not doing that. I'm not falling for that.
Hey,
Then
Siri,
you try to
what-
do me.
What Siri? Hey Siri. Hey
she
Siri.
doesn't speak Irish.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no, we'll try
even
this
though
one.
mine is an Irish voice.
No, we'll try this one. Hey Alexa. Now everybody's phones are going.
Yeah,
crazy.
well, I don't think it really works that way. I don't. I've
Hey
heard
Siri.
some people say that, but
Also,
you're
they
doing
don't-
it in here and it's not working.
Also, I don't think they'd pick up Irish very well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, fine. Hey Siri.
You know, actually, whenever I have trouble, I go to the Southern accent and it works. I know maybe I enunciate better in Southern. I don't know if that's what it is,
That's
but
the exact same
well,
thing.
you slow down your articulation.
When I go to a drive-through, if I want to get food from a drive-through, any of them, and if I use the Irish accent, they haven't they just don't understand it. So I deliberately, much to the absolute jest of anybody that's in the vehicle with me at the time, they would be sitting there and going, do you have to speak American for them to understand you? It's like, yes, I do.
okay.
Yes, I
Well,
do.
we have seen people struggle with you,
Yeah.
and have each of us had to translate a little. So we definitely understand. Mark,
That day in the Chinese restaurant, that was so funny.
yeah, well, Mark on the text line says, not upset about the Acolytes cancellation. Episode 3 was cringier than the 1978 Star Wars holiday special. I was half expecting Chewbacca's Uncle Stinky to make a cameo. Good old Uncle Stinky.
Stinky. Where's
Weird.
Uncle Stinky?
Was there actually an Uncle Stinky?
I don't care, but according to Texter 794, Odie actually activated my Siri.
Good.
Hey
good.
Siri.
And the text before that, Lonzo, Tara is not above kicking you in Smurfs. Here's the thing, she's really short. So I mean, just keep that in mind.
As far as,
punch
like,
it.
She's
the arc
very
of
she's
how
very
that kick would
you guys
go?
don't know how short she is. She's very short. I mean, I have to be careful walking through the hallways because she's really short. It's not my fault. And she could say that I'm really fat, which I am now. But she's really short. So I mean, you can't
Just the
you can't
images,
fix that.
The images, they're there now.
I move really quickly through these hallways and I have to be careful because there are some people who do not want to collide with me, except for Fat Boy. And that would cause like the tower to fall and the building to collapse. Because
I drive by and the building.
I'm just leaving
shakes
it.
slightly.
I'm not even touching that.
he's a Lodge man also. Y'all listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of them there Carolinas.
You know.
No, probably not.
Okay.
It's a very in living color exit there. Mans.
No, actually, I was going for.
I know what you're going for now.
Man,
Don't let I didn't do it.
I know.
I helped you the first hour. That's on you, dude. The hardest part is enjoying the show, but remembering
Yeah, I
to
know.
do stuff.
I was like, why is it quiet?
That was a really good question. It was.
You know what's funny? He asked the question, but he can also answer it.
Quiet. I know why it's quiet. I'm leaving that one. I am leaving that one up to the stream massive. If you know what I did, then you know what could happen. And if you don't know what I did, then
Well, there's no could happen. It's happening.
no, but we can't tell them what happened.
Okay. All right. I don't care as long as the payoff. I mean, that's all I care about.
Well, it's out. It's out to the massive. They have to tell. They have to decide.
Keep saying massive.
Out to it's masses. Yeah, the massive could mean. So you're saying all the listeners are large
You hear that?
people.
It's the massive. It's
Jesus,
it's
so
the
is
South.
all of you.
No,
masses.
it's the South Carolina massive.
No, it's
No.
not. It's
Well, in
not.
Ireland it is.
It's not. It's
Yes,
not.
it
But you're not in
You're
Ireland.
messing with us right now.
No.
You're trying to cover the fact that you said it wrong. That's my deal.
It is because it's the West Side massive, or the East Side massive. West Side, East Side.
This is one of those moments where I just don't believe.
Let me quote Tony Stark in saying, "No gang signs."
Fair enough. It's not. Fine.
It is the masses. Even the masses say it's the masses.
Yeah, it's just not. Hey, listen, it's okay. English is not his first language, and we're here to
He
help.
knows like 5 different languages.
Yeah, I mean,
Barely my second language.
he is cursing us out in like 5 of those languages right now,
One of
when he
those-
should be cursing himself.
It is the East Side massive.
What the heck are you talking about?
That's what it says. The West Side massive.
What do you
Are
mean
you
that?
like quoting rap or something?
Yeah.
Are you like
No, you're
talking
not.
about obscure
Okay.
Dublin rap or something?
All right, so if you're talking West Side rappers, who are you talking about?
Ali G.
Who?
Ali G.
You say Ali G or
Yeah.
L-E-G?
Ali G.
Like
A-L-I.
leg? Are you
Ali.
saying leg?
Ali G.
So leg.
Ali. How is it leg?
L-E-G. You said L-E-G. That spells
Yeah.
leg.
Ali. Ali G. A-L-I-G.
What?
Ali G.
L-E-G.
Ali.
Leg. Who's on the stage? No, yes, plays later.
You can probably guess what happened on his camera.
It slipped.
Oh no.
So does that mean the same thing in Ireland?
What?
Those fingers that you just pointed at me with?
No.
What does it typically mean? Is it something you can...
Why are you moving the camera
Why are you
for?
moving it on me?
What's that? That means peace.
No.
That does mean peace.
That's peace. That one is the same as doing that.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, huh?
So what?
Why? Why?
Because
Is that sign language for that?
two of these, right?
Right.
They were used by archers on the front line to say to the opposite, like normally the French, I've still got my fingers. Because if they caught an archer, they would take them 2 fingers off of them. And it was kind of like, aha! I
See,
still have my 2 fingers.
I like
Wow.
what Rob Brown's grandma said.
What?
It's this. The whole flock.
Read, all right.
Which I think is hilarious. Every time he says that.
Or that one.
What is that?
Read between the lines.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
I like the whole flock better.
the whole flock.
Oh, look, it's the weirdo Texas A&M yell leaders. They have yell leaders. They're weird.
Yell leaders?
Yeah, Rob calls them a cult, and I agree with them. They're weird. They usually wear like overalls and stuff. It's just
What did we
it's
talk
odd.
about in that section?
Dude, are you serious? You might get double
We
nude.
don't know.
You were paying so much attention you couldn't remember to turn Fox on, and now you can't remember what you were paying attention to.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
he's thinking
At
about
least you
the
admitted
masses.
it. I mean, Oh, dude. He just went ricochet. Not that kind of ricochet.
Do you know that there was a radio presenter that used to work in one of the stations with me, and his radio name was Rick O'Shea.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant.
I like that.
It's for Ireland. It works perfect.
It did.
Watch, Cameron.
Hey
Watch,
Siri.
watch the dude go flying over top in a second. That's definitely targeting. Watch. Boom. See him?
Oh yeah.
You see him?
Ooh.
Yeah.
He got torn up by his
Yeah.
own dude.
He did. He did. It's like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah!
He
I
didn't
got
get
him.
hit though.
No, he didn't. He just flipped. That's why I said ricochet. But he didn't land on his feet.
I'd say it hurt though. Oh, he landed
Oh,
on
yeah, he
his
landed on his
coccyx.
butt. Yeah.
That's an old broken coccyx.
Well,
right
the
there.
guy who hit that guy, he's out. Look, he's He targeted, so he led with his helmet, which means he has to leave the game.
Who that? Who there?
Exactly.
Oh, let's do radio.
Let's be nerdy, shall we?
Huh?
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here and Odie here or there, and Cameron over yonder.
Hi, I'm over yonder.
And Matthew's not here. In his place, pizza.
Hey, little pizza. What seems to be the news over there today? Pizza.
Matthew is Matthew.
Well, at least he ain't flaccidus.
That's right. Well, he could be. That could be.
No.
Hello, Flaccidus.
Flaccidus could not make pizza, right?
No,
'Cause he's
that would be
just-
way too flaccid.
Yeah, it would be.
Be sloppy and everywhere.
No, that pizza was flat. Except for the thick. Was the thick one?
No, it was well.
Okay,
No,
so
take one would stand up, you know.
okay, all right, it was erect. That's what I needed to know. All right, in this hour, we are going to do some Ask Odie. This is so easy. We're going to do some AI takeover. Going to pick no mercy, even though, well, it could be for Nerf Wall because Rob picked it too, which means 4 will have picked. So, but this is aside from the tie that exists right now that we will not be able to fix. First, Odie owes me something.
No,
He owes all of us something.
I don't.
You do.
Nothing just like
do you
it.
have it ready?
Oh, look, on the text line, someone says Lonzo Tara's not above.
Yeah, we already said that.
Okay.
All right, so maybe you should get a double for reading something that was already read.
I didn't know Beaker got in here.
I bet he got. I mean, that's this teachers probably didn't let him have any pudding. All right.
It's because I didn't eat my meat.
Well, exactly.
The thing is, I didn't
Still one of my favorites.
because
I don't know why I went so Rick and Morty on that.
what was supposed to happen
No,
happened.
You went
It
main
just
justice.
Oh,
happened
I did.
That's
a-
main
a-
justice.
A little bit
Get
late.
down, Gator.
And at the end of the day, as long as it's nighttime.
Okay, are you done
With Odie?
lamenting your mistake?
By the way-
listen, I didn't make a mistake. I was just wrong.
Odie, I have
What?
a question for you.
No,
Did you will that into existence by doing that joke over and over again?
did I will what into existence?
Well, at
Will's
the end of
over
the day,
there.
It's
He's
night
he's in
It
the
is
other-
night.
with Odie.
Yeah, but it's
Sorry.
yeah. But we're not going to talk about that
Sunday.
until we do what's that thing called? Ask Odie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing.
Do you want
Until we do that thing.
Until we
You
do
know,
that.
Until we do the Ask Odie segment.
Ask
Until,
Odie segment?
until we do that.
I-
Here's the thing. I wonder why signals just must not work in Ireland. That's just me. I mean,
That question.
What's going on?
Okay, didn't see that one coming.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
welcome to Ask Odie, where you ask Odie a question, and 10 minutes from now he goes, "Oh, what'd you want, bro?" Bro,
Wait,
what?
what do you guys
Wait,
wanna
wait.
talk about?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, I have an Ask Odie question.
And ask, yeah, go on.
What's the Irish word for bro?
Makara.
Are you sure you can say that on the air?
Yes,
It sounds like a bird.
Makara.
Yeah.
Well,
Makara.
Kara is
Makara.
Kara would be kind of like my good friend. My
Ah, okay.
Ah, yes, my Makara.
but you
Yeah.
could say broher, which is
That sounds worse.
No.
Brother.
Let's not. Okay. All right.
brother.
Okay. That's better. Let's just go with English there.
Okay,
What's Begora mean?
I can't tell you that now.
Uh,
Big gosh, how's your shillelagh? Sure, it's up there.
that's none of your business. Chris wants to know, Odie, what's the most popular fish in Ireland?
The swimmy one. Probably a salmon.
So, do you swim off the round part or the peninsula, or do you fish off the peninsula?
I like to jump it off the round bit at the end. Catch fish.
What kind of bait do you use in Ireland?
I think we're gonna need a fish.
Yeah, I'm thinking repra.
Worm?
But that's just me.
Worms.
Worms. Okay.
Worms.
Yeah, worms.
Worms.
Is there a difference between Irish worms and American worms?
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Because earthworms over here eat soil,
Mhm.
And in Ireland, they eat muck.
What?
Muck.
What?
Muck.
What?
Muck.
Muck.
You mean like M-U-C-K?
Yeah, muck.
Okay, all right.
What's the difference between
yeah,
dirt
that's
and
still
muck?
that's like wet dirt.
No.
It is.
No, because if it was in America, it'd be like mud.
Yeah,
You gotta eat
exactly. It's
some
wet
mud.
dirt.
And then Irish earthworms eat
See,
muck.
you know what the problem with most of the European like people who come over here and make fun of like American accents is they try to act like everything they say is more magical.
Huh. Your spelling is wrong.
All right, I have a couple Ask Odie questions, and that's
Just the text,
obviously
the
one of
text,
his
the text message that came in to answer that. No, Neil is gone.
Yeah, obviously it's an 864 number, so it's someone from around here
It is.
who had a translator.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not. Doesn't.
Are you saying Google
yeah.
Translate is wrong?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it doesn't understand slang and
I've been
things
led
like that.
astray.
No, it's
so
not
long.
slang. But he's asking did I watch Deadpool and Wolverine?
And no, he did not.
No, I did
we
not.
said that earlier in the show, but it's okay. So
It's like
people
Back
tune
to
in at
the
different
Future,
times.
too.
All right, so where are you going to be next week, Odie? And the week after that, where are you going to be?
Oh yeah, I'm putting on my poofy pants, and I'm going to be a director in the Clemson Little Theatre's rendition of Murder on the Orient Express.
Do you actually have the poofy pants?
I do have the poofy pants.
Do you have like boots to go with the poofy
Yes, I do.
pants?
I have
Do you
my
stuff
riding.
the poofy pants inside the
Yeah,
boots?
I have my riding boots, and I have my poofy
Are they
pants,
purple?
and I have my beret, and I have my old school bull horn. You know
Okay, all right.
the one that's just a cone and has no electronics behind it at all.
During intermission, will the French Mistake be going on?
The what?
The French Mistake
That was the name of the song that they were doing, and
in Blazing Saddles.
yes, that's the name of the song.
Oh yeah, no,
It's,
it
it's
won't.
okay.
It
He
won't.
was thinking something totally different.
Yeah, so
because he's been to France.
Yeah.
So I mean, so there's that.
What was her name?
Yeah. Anyway, so you
Harry.
is this your first time directing a play?
First time directing. I've produced a lot of them. I've been director's assistant a lot of times.
What's the director's assistant do?
Everything that the director doesn't want to.
He's like go get coffee and
Pretty
stuff
much.
like that. Okay.
Tell the actors
Like
to
a
come on
producer.
stage. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Just get to yell at people.
yeah, pretty much. You get to ask them to do stuff that you don't really want to do.
Maybe
Tra-
I could be a director's assistant.
Maybe you could. Trey says I was wondering why Odie had a director goatee. that is what that is. It is a director's goatee. Yes, it is. You can't be a director and not have a goatee,
Yeah, you have to.
even if you're a woman. The goatee's got
Yeah,
you got to wear it.
Yeah, you got to wear it.
Chris wants to know who plays the detective.
A dude.
Does he have mustaches like
He does now. He grew one. He got really into the party. He actually grew.
Is he
a
doing the
mustache.
wax and the curly thing or?
Yeah, to a degree.
Okay.
To a degree.
So
Best they can.
do on a production like this,
Mm.
do you actually have makeup people and costume people?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, big time.
So-
big time.
So
yeah.
they take care of the actors and if he wanted to be waxed his mustache,
Yeah.
they would do that.
So yeah. So that's kind of
It's a legitimate question.
that's
Oh,
kind of
you-
what the
And I had to
director.
clarify.
Yeah. That's kind of what the director does for that kind of stuff. Is like they come up with little ideas. They have a rough guideline of what everything
Well, it is a
should
little
look like.
theater, so
Yeah.
little ideas.
Little ideas.
Yeah.
And then the costume people will come to me and say, I've this 3 or 4 different costumes for this person. Which one do you think is right? I'll pick one out, or maybe 2 if they need 2 costumes. And it's the same with the makeup people. They'll say, well, how do you want this person to look? What are you trying to get out there? And yeah, there's lots of different things that I have to, help the actors and where they need to stand on stage to talk about whatever they need to do. It's the director, my work. We're finishing dress rehearsals and tech week on this.
What's Tech Week?
Tech week is where you run the show.
Okay. All right. So
Sound,
it's like
lights,
okay.
everything.
All
Yeah,
right.
everything. We finish Tech Week on Thursday, and after Tech Week, there's nothing more I can do. I can't direct them in any way, shape, or form. That's it. I'm done. Now I'll still be there because I'm going to give some notes at the start of every show on the night. And I have to move some set pieces around, but there's not
I was going to
an
say,
awful lot.
so why are you missing the show?
because I have to be there.
Okay, you didn't say that part. You said you couldn't do anything, so why you got to be there?
Yeah, director has to be there. If something happens, somebody has to step in. Director has to do that sometimes.
So you would have to take someone's part.
Yeah, with a book, more than likely with a book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if it was the female part.
Yes.
That was the
If
first
so,
thing into my mind.
if so, would you go straight up Monty Python?
Yes, I would.
Okay. All right. All right. That's all I needed to know.
No, detective.
All right. Chris on the stream says you need Mike Gallagher in that cast. I believe he's done Clemson Little Theater before a long time ago, like a
Maybe
couple
he
decades
has.
ago.
Maybe he has.
No, I'm pretty sure he has.
Okay.
Yeah, I seem to recall him saying something about that because, he originated his radio career really took off here.
Yeah.
So, and I do recall him being in plays, and I think Clemson Little Theater might have been one of those.
If anybody wants to see me on the night, you want to get tickets are available.
Well, why would they want to see you? Because you're not doing anything.
Not do. Well, I'll be.
All you're going to be doing is just standing there.
Yeah, if
judging.
you want to watch Odie stand there.
I will be judging.
Okay, will you?
Just stank face.
Will you?
Just
No,
stank
actually, at
face
the
in
start of every
audience.
night before curtain comes
So
up.
will there be a line, and then you have to give them the line?
That's where the dagger comes out.
So this isn't a everything goes wrong
No,
production.
I really want to do one of those. I really want to direct, and everything goes wrong.
It would be so fun to watch one of those shows live.
So
Yeah.
as far as that goes,
Hmm.
this far in the production, how are you feeling about how things are coming along?
Good, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if something happened and you had to do the show tomorrow, you think the actors would be ready?
Yes,
Okay. Cool.
I do.
So even if they had to do it without costume, they know their lines and all that kind of stuff.
I think so.
That is really cool. I mean, it's good to be able to ask questions of someone who's directing for the first time,
Mhm.
but you've been behind the scenes before because I've never actually talked to anyone who's directed that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot so far.
No, it's fun. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed getting to know the cast, getting to know their strengths, their weaknesses, and kind of help them as best as I possibly could, and sometimes help them to tone it down a small bit. Sometimes they were too.
Wait,
Yeah.
you helped
I
people.
know.
That,
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. That's
But-
okay.
It's deeply ironic.
Yeah. I just
Mm.
don't, well, you say you did it, so you must have.
Yeah.
Let's tap it down just a wee bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all
A
giggle.
wee bit.
It's very funny when.
Did you ever got animated and people didn't understand what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He's like the
Yes.
Irish Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Just waving your arms around. There's a whole lot. And they're just standing there going, waiting for you to calm down so you could tell them actually what you were saying.
Yeah, I've done it.
It's
I've,
starts coming down and starts getting translated to English.
yeah, I've been like looking up at the stage at everybody in it, and just words are coming out of my mouth that even I didn't really know what they were. It's like, you're not supposed to do it that way, except it didn't come out like that, But no, I think they enjoyed working with me for that. So yeah, I think so.
This next segment of Odie's tirade is brought to you by all of these
All right, we're gonna
particular
take
cheeses.
we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, but I do want to continue interviewing Odie on something because he did something last week for the first time here in America, as far as I know. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I don't like that bed. It's horrible.
Listen, I don't care if you like a bed that I picked.
No, but it's just it didn't.
I don't care if you like a bed. All right, so you are coming at me when you come at the beds I picked.
That bed is a grower.
It's a what?
Grower. It's growing on me,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also a slow bed that you play on the way out, not on the way back in,
and I'm gonna.
which is what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want a lot of here's little radio baseball here. You play a slow leading bed going out to break. You play something with energy coming back. Because if you notice, whatever music is played coming back, the host will match that. So if you want to mess with a host, you find something that doesn't have good time. So it starts out one time, then it switches and it switches back, or it does. I mean, wow, I got to try that. I got to try that. Just to see Rob Brown's head explode.
I'm going to just start playing Slipknot when I come back in from now on.
Well, you can't come back with Slipknot and not have some energy.
I know.
Unless you're like skipping some of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the other thing if you have to edit podcasts and you need to cut some time out of a podcast to make it fit into Windows, which I have to do a lot, you pick going into a segment and going out to a segment because the host will match the beat of the song. So you've got some space in between that you can cut out.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everyone. I just want to make it sound like I know something because Odie just made it sound like he knew something, And it's always a competition. Oh, you get nailed. Oh, Be Fair caught it. He was going to get destroyed. Yeah, Chris, we're not talking about that. Odie might.
It's more of the atmosphere of the director.
All right. Have AI takeover ready.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here, we might play it or I might not. I don't know. I'll decide.
That's great. It starts with an earthquake.
Looking out the windows, that's a good thing to sing. I mean, you know.
Hey, Lenny Bruce is not.
I knew a guy that was able to do the.
Of course he
entire
was,
song.
Mark.
That was his. That was his party piece. He could sing the entire song at the end of the world.
That does take a lot of skill.
Yeah.
Chris can do that.
Can he?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because Chris does it as a way to troll.
Yeah.
Because he'll go to a karaoke bar and be able to sing it without looking at the thing. Yeah.
He's a show off. But God, do we love him.
What would happen, Rob?
I don't know what that song is. I know who Andrea Bocelli is. I guess I probably should read the entire thing. Okay. Well, there's this thing where Rob doesn't really have control of the music. I do to a degree, but LexCorp, if you play the wrong thing on certain shows, he will let you know. And unless I want attention, I don't test those runners. Sometimes I like attention though, because tough love is still love.
You always told me.
Stop it. That's you do.
Do I?
Actually, your name is Justin Hammer. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse.
Like we did there.
Lonzo and Cameron and Odie.
Buongiorno.
What about me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Why don't I get an entrance?
Yeah,
Guys, you're
'cause you
not
don't.
welcome.
You don't. I want to continue
Never
a
welcome.
little bit of the Ask Odie segment before we get to another segment. Last week was the first episode of Sunday Nights with Odrin. Odie. It's Odie Fitzgerald. That's
Yes,
it.
that's the
Yeah,
one.
that's,
Yeah.
I was trying to remember how to say your name. So Sunday Nights with Odie Fitzgerald.
Odie ran.
I am curious.
Mm.
How'd it go?
Well, it started at the start and
Mhm.
went right through till the end.
When you if there were a mistake on that program, in your mind, do you hear the noob?
Noob.
Do you hear it? Because I got to tell you, if I'm somewhere else,
Mm.
if I'm on another station or another show and
Yeah.
I make a mistake, which does happen,
Yeah.
rarely, but it does happen, I hear noob in my head.
So and the people on the stream heard it in their head as well. There
Okay.
was a little bit of a whoops. And the people
Well, part of that comes in your case from being alone, and I'm going to remedy that eventually. Yeah, because I think you deserve help, and so I've been working
both
on that.
mentally and physically.
Well, I mean,
all,
there are some things.
all of the help.
Speaking of needing help,
Yeah.
Do you want to
Build a snowman.
No, do you want to preview your guest for tomorrow, or is that next week?
That's next week.
That's next week. Okay.
Yeah.
You finally got it. That's
Yeah,
okay. That's
yeah.
okay. All right. So last week is done,
Yes.
and you're still going to do one again tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
So you didn't get scared away.
No.
No, you didn't get scared away.
No.
So I don't know. Would you like to? Because I would like to every week on this show when you're here,
Mhm.
tease what you're doing the next night if you want to. I mean,
yes and no.
you're going to be on.
I'm going to be on
What time?
8 o'clock,
8 to 10.
8 till 10.
Right here
Yeah.
on News Talk 98.9 WRD. Tell a friend.
Tell 4 friends.
Tell more than 4. I know that's the campaign,
Yeah.
but you know what? Tell 73 friends.
If you have more than
Not
4
74
friends,
because once that's pestering. If
Yeah.
can
you
you
do
tell
74.
it into me?
73. Well,
can- you
yeah,
can.
you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that. All right. A texter says, and I don't know if they're related. Odie's show was great,
Thank you.
according to a texter. I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
how can it not be? He's been fostered. He's been mentored. He's been taught
For
by
two-
Pappy.
for two-
and
for
if
2
you
years,
if you've been
for 2 years.
by Pappy, and
You have done well, my son.
What?
You remind me of one of my other friends who I taught a long time ago.
I'm not-
Genghis Khan.
I'm not your son. Am
Yes,
I?
you
Am
are.
I?
Yes,
I mean, I know I found out who my adoptive parents were, and that's scary. But
which is an
you know,
amazing
what?
thing. So anyway,
They left out the part of
I'm glad. I've never seen it. Well, I've only seen one other person get a chance like what you're getting, and I think it's awesome.
I'm
think it's-
enjoying it.
I think it's very
I'm really
cool.
enjoying it, and I do have ABBA playing in my head every night. It's like take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. No. Look, as I say on the show, it's more politics than we do here, but I still have fun. I still have a good time.
You're
on it.
really chill there.
A lot of people have said that to me, that you're really chilled and you're really relaxed and just calm into it, and that I don't get hyper worked up and don't get really angry or.
Well, it's a different energy for that show as opposed to this one because we're just
Yeah.
This is Mach 5. We are going as fast as we can.
Well, this is this it's
Somebody
crazy
actually
here.
said
It
on.
is.
I got a text in last week, and they said you sound intellectual.
Well, if you live in Pickens County, I mean, it's not really that hard of a. I mean, jump up.
It's a low bar.
I
You
didn't
don't
know-
need a lot of height
Yeah,
to get
I'm
over
just
that.
saying.
I didn't know what to make of it. They're just like, "Buddy, you sound intellectual." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take it, I suppose."
You
Dude,
sound so much
have you
smarter,
went-
man?
If you went back and listened to this show after we do it, I mean, come on. There's just a lot of what
I
in the
used to.
world is that? Yeah.
I used to, when I was first on the show, when I was producing, making sure that everything went right. I'm just like, okay, I have to listen back to it again. And now I'm like, probably lots of things went wrong. Just gonna let them out
Yeah, I
there. They'll
don't-
be fine. It worked.
I don't listen again usually unless it's a song. Unless we do a song, I will listen again because a lot of times I will pull those songs and play them again at other parts of the calendar.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really don't listen back unless someone says something really bad that we're about to be in trouble for, and I need evidence that
You
we
need
didn't
to
do
li-
that.
You need
It's
to
like,
listen
here's
back.
proof we didn't do it, or
Sorry.
I doctor the evidence because I'm an award-winning producer and I can make anything sound like anything. That sort of thing. Yeah.
I do. I got it.
I was being framed. I just want you to know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, he really said that, and I can make him say that.
That's the thing that
And I don't
people-
need AI to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't realize that we can do. I mean, me and you, we're old school producers. We're old school radio guys. We used to get information. We used to get all of our interviews on mini discs and, the fast tracks and the little portable audio players or audio recorders. So we can pretty much make anybody say anything we want because they will say a lot of specific words within an interview. They'll say the word "the" in loads of different ways and loads of different ways of saying it. So yeah, we could.
We
chop
could.
something
It's all
up.
a matter of recombination.
But thanks to new technology, AI can do that.
Yes, they can.
yes, I can.
It
That-
took me two.
I took
It took me two.
Oh,
I think I missed him.
yeah. Weird, isn't it? Love to. How about global thermonuclear war?
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You wanted to know what the Matrix is in you?
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
3 billion human lives ended. The survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. They lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines.
All right, there have been many dates of when the Skynet became self-aware, but one of those dates was sent to me by one Odie Fitzgerald.
Yep.
And August 29th, 2024, which was just
Wednesday,
2 days ago,
Yeah.
Skynet became self-aware. And so we're all going to die.
Yep, that's it. We're done. End of it.
That's it. All right, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
That's it.
That was it. We're going to take a break.
There's no rallying call. No. Let's join together in arms against the machine.
Listen, myself and Bill Frady have this. We got it. We're good.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
We're going to take a break. Yeah.
Sleep. Pappy sleeps.
When we come back, we're going to hit the Nerd Roundtable. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. If you recall,
I was wondering why you were going into it like at break time. Like, why is he going into it?
There was a couple times. Well, one time in particular, I played Signs of the Impending Apocalypse, and I said Tara followed the show, and that was it.
I knew it was going to be.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it doesn't have to be lengthy.
No, Dad, I followed.
Okay, all right.
Listen, it doesn't have to be, but I like it when it is.
Okay, dude, whatever. I mean, keep your preferences away from.
If you stop focusing on that, maybe you could take a cue.
Yeah, don't do that. I said it twice. You got it on the second one.
It's all right. It's up there and nobody else can see it.
You got it on the second one.
There it is, right there.
Man, your fingers keep locking up.
By the way, Chris, I alternate between Pickens and Lawrence. It's Lawrence's turn next time.
And it'll deserve every bit of it.
Now, if I'm going to be pro Cal, I will talk more about Pickens because ag schools.
We're sailors on the moon. We carry a harpoon. We tell tall tales because there is no way till we sing this happy tune.
One more break right after this.
Yeah.
Hey.
Whaler.
What do you want to talk about? What did you say?
What do you do?
What do you mean? What did I say?
Nerd Roundtable?
So you weren't paying attention to what I said?
Lightly. Nerd Roundtable? It is a Nerd Roundtable. No. What was it?
Where are you?
I don't know. Oh, it could have been Oops. Was it Oops?
No.
What was it?
There's no Oops on there. I don't see an Oops on there anywhere.
Oh, it's Nerd Roundtable. La, 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 la.
Well, the fun is the uncertainty, okay? I mean, that's the fun.
There's a whole bunch of little Odies in his head.
No. I hear people, I can hear people yelling as they're watching the show. He said Nerd Roundtable.
Is it like Dora going, where is it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's right behind you, Dora.
You're right there, buddy. I can hear you.
I did a little too much.
I don't know what that is, Trey.
brought me
I'm maybe a
back.
little bit behind on some stuff.
Also, I'm sorry, stream.
And FTR are they're okay, but they're liars. I don't like liars. And for some reason, because one of them's from around here, you can't say anything negative about them, but I can.
Would you ever interview them?
We've had a discussion about this because it would possibly hurt our relationship with the company that they work for. I would have to be a little bit nicer or get up and walk out of the studio.
Another thing you could do is like have a list in front of you and go like very monotone with the questions.
Or I could just stand on top of the desk and jump off of it a bunch of times while doing the interview and go, does this make you uncomfortable? No, it doesn't, because you do it too, you liars. That's what I could do. You say, no flips, just fists, but you're up on the top rope all the time.
False advertising.
And they make excuses for you.
Yes, he's talking about FTR.
FTR is they're a wrestling tag team, Chris. And my favorite faction right now is the Conglomeration with my friend Orange Cassidy. Still disappointed I haven't got a chance to interview Willow Nightingale yet because I think she would be a fun interview.
You have a fine collection of friends that are wrestlers.
Okay, why are you responding?
Because it's funny.
I don't get it.
Someone asked, "Is it a fake text line?" I'm like, I don't know. You never know these days. Maybe it's the robots. And I think that
What?
yeah,
What?
I think it's inadequate. Coming up, it's the Dusty Rhodes Hour of Power. I'm going to be taking over after Ricochet leaves from News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Ow. Yeah. No, you got to do the.
Oh, that's a
thing
good
first.
point.
Yeah.
I got the Dusty
gotta do
Rhodes
the
build
boogie
right
woogie.
now, so.
What?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Odie, but that is not the Nerd Roundtable. Even after all that. That's, I mean, I love Goku just as much as the next guy.
Equation, the one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars and planets, and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L. Yeah, that one.
You might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be a historical moment.
Here's the thing. You know, you're not going to be here for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So you're getting these out because you don't want this to happen while you're directing the play. You don't want any oopses on the play. So you're giving us a couple here.
I just hope the entire audience just goes, no, but
Yeah. Just no. He's going to have a great play, but he's just thinking about tomorrow, and he's thinking about that, and he's not, thinking
Yeah, the
about
play's
what
gonna go
he's not taking direction from me, because there we go, there we go.
he's the director. Why
Yeah,
would he take
that's right. That's
direction?
right. He is ascended to director, and so he will not take direction from anyone.
That was a very Irish. He's ascended to director.
Well, maybe it's osmosis. I don't know. All right. Several things. No,
I got a cream for that.
Yeah. Well, do you?
Yeah.
Is it a salve? I need a salve.
It's an ointment.
Oh, I like ointments. They're made out of piggies.
What?
All right. The first thing is, let's go ahead and get the this weird sad subdued thing out of the way, because I am curious about what you guys would do.
Why are you guys going to remove
All
it
right.
from the show?
A Wells Fargo employee in Arizona has been found dead in her cubicle 4 days after she last clocked in. The body of 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme was found sitting at her desk on the third floor of the Tempe Wells Fargo building on Tuesday, August 20th. Police say she last clocked in at 7 a.m. on August 16th and never clocked out, according to the Tempe Police Department. While some people are questioning how a dead body went unnoticed for 4 days, one employee who wants to remain anonymous says it's no big mystery. The way these offices are set up, somebody had to have walked past her, the worker says. Okay.
Yeah.
So my question for you, not just the people in the studio, but the people at home in their cars and all over the world, maybe even out in space, because there's been some people up there for a while.
Yep.
Would you notice if someone was dead? I mean, or would they notice if it was you? Okay. I think I would be noticed that it was not. I mean, if someone's not very animated when they're sitting at their desk, and you just normally you walk by and you think, oh, like maybe they just move their arm when they're doing the work, or they're typing and there's not a whole lot of movement. Would you notice?
I think she would have. I think she was in an office,
right?
Like in a proper office with the door closed and all.
No. She was in a cubicle. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
Yeah. So, the thing is,
that to me is
so if you're in a cube and people are walking by all the time.
How populated is
all
that
right?
floor?
All right. Here's the key. At least I think, and maybe it's something I should learn. Probably is make a friend or two. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying she didn't have any, but make a friend or two at work. No, make a friend or two at work that would go, I wonder what Cameron's doing. Let me drop by and ask him a question.
I'll be honest, if I'm not there, there's a panic.
Right. Well, so that's good.
So what I think then in that case is maybe the work environment that she was in wasn't that nice. Maybe there was a thing that if they were caught talking to each other, they got reprimanded.
Possibly.
And I think then that goes back to management. That's a big thing with management. If they're reprimanding people from talking and having fun with each other and, shooting the breeze with each other, then I really think it's
yeah, that is on management.
Well, there's another thing. And I guess maybe the place was very well air conditioned. I hate to go there, but
yeah, you would think that the stink would be there.
after 4 days, and she was older and probably, well, if she stank of mothballs already, maybe people would notice.
Oh.
No, there's some people who are older. I don't know if they bathed in them or not, but there's a mothball smell. I felt it. I smelt it. If you smell it, you feel it. Trust me.
It just, to me, it either screams one or two things. One is that management of the place didn't care at all, or the second thing is that it wasn't a very big office, but it was a large facility, and just somebody didn't go near her.
Text line 71307, or we are on stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and that's it. Yeah.
I guess Chris says on the stream, what kind of a supervisor did she have? I know from anywhere I've ever worked, my supervisor has checked in with me at least once a day.
Well,
there will be.
Let me tell you something. So let me tell you something, brother. Last week, Rob Brown, who I do, I don't know if you knew this, we've won Sports Show of the Year 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Or 3 times, not 3 years in a row. There was a mishap on
3
one
times?
of those years. Just like with Kansas City. But anyhow, he was unable to be in studio last week, so he was on stream at home. There were a couple days I didn't see anybody, and no one saw me except for on the stream.
Yeah.
So I went into my office afterwards to do the butt load, as we found out, which is actually an actual measurement of production that I do every day. Look it up. Butt load is an actual measurement, unless Rob Brown lied to me, and he would never do.
I think it's an eighth of a keg,
possibly.
Yeah.
I think it's more than that. So anyway, I spent a couple days, and when I got home, when my wife came home and talked to me, I was like, "You're the first person that I've seen physically all day," because the way this building is set up and where my office is in relation to the studio that I'm in the morning, if I don't see someone in the restroom, there's a good possibility that I don't see anybody, unless I purposefully come over here and try to see how Tim's doing, which I do that. I try to converse with all the other peons and make sure that we're all peoning correctly. And
work.
It's good to have a good rapport with your fellow employee. A lot of times they come and talk to me, but there was a couple of days last week I didn't talk to anybody other than when I was on the air.
Yeah.
So I could see maybe she was a busy worker.
Yeah.
Someone who didn't like to be disturbed when she was doing her work, and maybe she worked late a lot.
Yeah,
so
what about her
seeing
family?
her sitting at her desk, maybe she didn't have any.
Maybe she had no family.
So maybe she's one of those, everybody's leaving, but she's still at her desk because she's finishing her project. And she's first there and last to leave. So if it's someone like that, you see them out of the corner of your eye, you don't think anything about it. So that could be that.
Here's another case of that. There was a lady, I think it was in Tokyo, I'm not 100% sure. She had a very well-paid job, very, very well-paid job. And she left it to go on to work for another company. And she had no family. So for argument's sake, we'll say she finished up her job on the Friday. She went home. She died on the Saturday. She had no family. The new company that she was going to start working for just assumed that she didn't want to come to work. The company she had been working for, they just didn't hear anything from her. Because she was so well paid, her rent, her mortgage, all of her direct debits, like gas bills, electricity bills, they all came out of her bank account for 14 years. She was mummified. The TV was still on. Her toast was still in the toaster. Because nobody, the new company didn't think she was going to work there anymore. The old company just thought she was like, "Oh, I'm finished with you. I'm not going to talk to anybody anymore." Nobody came to see her. Nobody came anything. They were remodeling the apartment block that she was living in, and they knocked on her door. There was no answer. They knocked on the door again. Somebody looked through the letterbox. There was letterboxes on the door, and they saw
it's a mailbox, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
A mailbox, and they saw that the letters had piled up. They broke into it. They got the landlord to let her in, and she had been there for 15 years. 15 years she had mummified.
That is
So again, the
Yep.
message here is if you see that loner, I mean, just say hi. I mean, I know this is coming from me, Mr. I look down at the floor and go really fast through the hallway.
Well, maybe you
but
want
I still
someone to
talk
say
to
hi
people.
you.
Do what?
Maybe someone should say hi to you too.
It does go both ways.
Yeah,
it does. But so I mean, do that.
Yeah.
So
So last Wednesday, I talked to no people, none. My wife is out of town; she's away doing a few bits and pieces, and I just whatever happened, I got up, done a bit of work that I needed to get done, didn't have to talk to anybody. So I went an entire day without having to talk to anybody, and it can happen. It can happen very, very easily. So maybe it is a thing. Just keep an eye on each other, and you've got your buddies out there that might need. They might need someone to say, how are you? Are you okay? Is everything okay with them? Actually, tell you what, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow because this is a big one.
yeah, I mean, and also you don't have to go into great detail. Hey, how was, what do you think about the weather? I'll just say hi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's enough. If someone would have came by and said hi to her and she didn't respond,
yeah,
maybe they go, are you okay? And they find out she was dead.
Yeah,
I mean, that could have been. All right, Chris on the stream says, so if I came to the studio and died in the stall in the bathroom of WRD, no one would ever know. No, here's the thing. If you come in the morning and you go in there, you probably will die. The only reason why we have survived is because we build up a tolerance to it. But there are times where that smell hits you when you walk into the hallway. It's not good. It's not good.
It's nasty.
I'm not going to name names, but I don't know what some of these people eat. That's all. I'm not saying my stuff don't stink because it does, but I usually take care of my business at home because those stalls in there have been redone a few times and they're still well conditioned all the time. And the air filtration does not stop the stank from coming out. And our office is right across from the restroom. So it's not,
that's nice.
It can get pretty
walls
ugly.
Are really thin too.
They are. They are very, very thin. All right, let's take our final break. Come back. We're going to hit the lightning round where we try to squeeze in as many things as we possibly can. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9. Just want to tell you the bathroom thing is no lie. It's no lie. WRD. If you've watched or listened to the Rob Brown show at all, we have discussed this many times, and you can tell Rob comes in. Yes, one time he found a banana on the floor, and when he said there was a banana on the floor in the stall, I knew exactly whose it was and who put it there. And yeah, they probably ate it later. But at the same time, banana has a natural wrapper on it. I mean, it does, and they're thick wrappers too. It's not like it's
By the way, the joke I was going to say to Chris is there would be no difference in smell.
There probably wouldn't be. It's pretty gross.
Smell about the same.
Well, I think that's a deterrent. I think they want public restrooms to smell really bad, so not as many people will use them. It's like, I'm not going in there. It stinks.
It's staking territory. Also, Trey says
that's just nasty.
Trey, listen, here's the thing. If you want to touch greatness, it'll cost you some money. That's all I'm saying. That's why I don't hug.
All aboard the night train.
And there's some creepy people out there. When they hug you, you don't know if they're going to caress. You don't know if they're going to squeeze. You don't know if they're gonna lift your wallet out the back pocket. I mean,
or they could start rubbing you.
That's why I say caress.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's it. I don't. Do they have caresses?
Rub sounds a lot more.
Would you like me to show you what I mean by caress?
You did it
it's like,
before.
yeah, come on over. I could do that. It's all right. I'm HR, so if you want to report to HR, I'll do it afterwards.
No.
Didn't like it.
It's okay. I'm HR.
Hand hugs are free as long as there's no double hand hug.
Head hugs.
Because that's just weird.
No
hand hugs.
Yeah, Cameron.
I thought you said head hugs.
That's a hand hug right there. See, right there. That's a hand.
And this.
But you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Here's what you don't. Wait. We're not in front of the camera. Where's the camera? There it is. You don't want to do this. No, that's not even. No. It's like this.
Stop it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That was even my hand.
Yeah,
I did it to my own hand.
Your own hand.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Still didn't like it.
Yeah, it's not good. There are people who do that.
Do you know what I hate though? You know when you shake someone's hand and it's moist.
Yeah, it's not.
And
That's
you
why you
ask
don't
the
shake
question of
someone's.
why.
That's why if I
No.
just come out of the restroom and I wash my hands, I won't shake your hand.
No, but
'cause-
it's not even that. It's like it's someone that they haven't been doing anything like that for a while, and their hand is moist, and it's
See, Mark, I told you they're liars.
and they don't have a firm handshake. It's one of these little kind of.
It's like you're doing a handshake with silly putty.
No,
Play-Doh?
silly putty would eventually have a grasp.
No, I think those are the worst ones. Are the test of strengths, and the test of strength guys who want to get your fingers. So you got to get in there. If they get your fingers, it's they're proving
playing.
dominance.
I've stopped playing now. I was like, no, you shake my hand for real next time. You don't.
I've had that with guys, and they'll try to do it. But if you're in enough and you can actually get your finger in here to the pressure point, and they can't squeeze anymore, and then you start breaking their fingers.
I think I'm just going to start.
There you
I'm just
go.
going to start screaming. But they never do that again.
Be an academic team handshake.
I hate that.
Here's the other reason why I don't hug, because when someone hugs me, I want to suplex. So I mean,
that is a natural reaction.
I just do because I was a wrestler, and if you get in a hug, it's like what we call a pancake.
I have control.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so rare for me. It really wasn't, but
Yeah, I've done that, Chris.
So if you hug me and I step in, you going for a ride.
Oh no.
All right, lightning round time. W has spoken. That means it's time squeezing as many things as we possibly can in the last couple minutes. Atari is coming out with a 7800 new system.
Oh,
yes, it's nostalgic. It cost I think it was $150. It also comes with a cordless, but it also comes with corded controllers, and it's a European style, not the American style. So it's still a joystick with two big buttons, and it's
European style was one button.
Well, that's what they called it. Okay, and they're created
lying to us.
Okay, well, we couldn't afford 7800. I had 2600. It's still the best gift I ever got in my entire life.
I can't remember what Atari I had
as a child because it's so memorable. I talk about it every year, especially on the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. Working on some stuff for that, the things we talked about, progressing. Anyway, so 7800. Can you play retro games? I can't. I just
no, the graphics are terrible.
Yeah, that's all right. So it is it's on sale now for $169.95. It comes with let's see, Bentley Bears Crystal Quest, which is the brand new cartridge sequel to Crystal Castles.
Okay. Can't say I remember
so is that an actual new game?
Yeah. And I had it. So nostalgia is a thing. It really is. So much so that what is the name of that place? Oh yeah, there it is. GameStop. Do you remember the last time you went into GameStop? GameStop is coming out with retro stores. All right, the retro stores are only selling like old Nintendo consoles and a bunch of old games like that. And only select stores are doing it. I checked it out on the store locator. The closest one is in Duncan, and it's the only one in South Carolina that is going to be a retro store. So if you ever wanted to get into playing retro games like that from GameStop, I don't know if you can exchange for them, but I guess you can. It's GameStop. They're going to have retro, which sounds kind of cool. All right. Oasis is getting back together. And here's the thing. The brothers don't get along. And we all have family members that don't get along. Sometimes they get mad at Christmas and you never see them again. It happens. It absolutely happens everywhere.
Yep.
Okay. But the thing is, they have and I don't know if you're going to talk about this tomorrow, but they have a thing now where they're asking, don't scalp the tickets. And here's the reason why. They are because people will buy tickets if you try to sell the ticket at a higher price than the price you bought it at, they will cancel the ticket.
Good.
Yeah. So they're eliminating scalping. And
well, the tickets are expensive enough. It's $500 for a ticket in
Yeah,
London.
it's pretty expensive, and so they're trying to get rid of scalpers by doing that, and I think I guess more and more bands are starting to do that.
I'm actually delighted to hear that.
It's going to take scalpers out of business. Which have you ever bought anything from scalper?
I don't think so. I went to see a Clemson football game, and I bought there was no tickets available, and I got tickets off a dude that was there. Like he was
this dude, he's just there. It's just like, hey man.
He says he said, "Are you looking for tickets?" I said, "Yeah." And he said $50. I was like, "Okay, maybe that's good."
Hey buddy, hey buddy, come on over here.
You know, he opened up.
You need you some tickets? I got me some tickets right here.
Hey, he ain't from around here. He don't know what a Clemson game costs.
He had a big trench coat on him, and he opened it up, and
well, he had two trench coats on. You didn't want him to open the second one.
Oh no, there was no, like he was completely naked under the first one.
Okay, all right.
And he was shaking one pair of tickets at me, and I was like, "No, I don't want them ones." And I just took the other ones that were there, and they were $50, and I was happy enough.
The more expensive ones were further down.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how that works. The new Agatha Along trailer is out, and it sheds some light a little bit more and looks very interesting. It's coming out in just a couple weeks on Disney. Disney lately has not done that well with some of their shows. Are you looking forward to Agatha All Along? Because I am.
Oh, I am. It's got a very Evil Dead feel.
It does. So they have to walk the Witch's Road in order to get their powers back. And I believe that's Aubrey Plaza. Am I not wrong?
It is Aubrey.
Yeah,
Plaza.
and anything she's in is going to be Psycho.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
she is the terrible voice in everyone's head, apparently. Like she was in Legion.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
All right. Vinyl. I'm curious. Do you have a record player?
Not here.
Okay, because Cameron a couple years ago and my daughter also wanted record players, and they've been buying vinyl. You know, my mom still has a huge killer collection of vinyl because that's all we listened to growing up, because it's all there was until they got them daggum 8-track tapes.
Yeah,
fancy. They just came out with the Fallout the series vinyl. Which I don't know if Cameron will be interested in. I think he would.
I might be.
And also the entire Skyrim music on vinyl. So
I like
something
I like vinyl. I do.
I gotta say, I'm almost interested in getting back into
What's
vinyl.
funny is with all that, I will basically have nothing but video game soundtracks.
Video game soundtracks are great, though.
Which I gotta say, the first one that you got me was the Diablo 2 soundtrack, which is my favorite video game soundtrack of all time.
I turned on Fallout last night, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and I was doing something while I was, waiting for it to load up, and that that opening.
Yeah, I have that on my Spotify.
I just let it play.
I love that.
I just let it play.
I have a lot of video game soundtracks on my Spotify. And also when I'm reading or writing or something, I'll throw a bunch of those in there because, they're very inspirational.
Calming.
All right. One last thing really quick. The Krabby Patty meal is coming to Wendy's.
Oh.
They are making a Krabby Patty meal with also what's the name of the place where they live?
Bikini Bottoms.
Okay, a Bikini Bottom Frosty. But the Krabby Patty is a single beef patty with special sauce. We don't know if it's plankton or not. We don't know. It could be just plankton smeared on the Krabby Patty.
Maybe he made it. I don't know.
But anyway, that's coming in October.
Secretly the chum bucket.
Yeah, it is. It's coming in October, so check that out. All right, make sure you tune in tomorrow night from 8 to 10 p.m.
Talk to you then.
For Sunday Nights with Odie Fitzgerald. And everyone have a great Labor Day weekend. If you have Monday off, have fun. Cook something that's tasty for you, even if other people don't like it. And thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. All right, I didn't stick it. Yeah, but I don't know when that is because I can't see the clock.
Yes, you can.
I cannot.
You do be looking at it.
I can't. Dude, there's a screen in front of my face.
And the Irish.
There's a face in front of my screen.
You do be looking at it now, don't you?
Oh, yes, you do be looking at it.
Right. Don't you now?
Do be.
Did you say do me?
Do be.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
Please don't. There's children present.
Yeah, a lot of people have commented about Plankton wanting to get the
I was gonna
secret
say.
recipe. But it's just a single with cheese. I'm going to go get it. I mean, who knows how it's packaged? We didn't get to the Batman bucket, but the Batman bucket has the bat signal on it. Yeah, they just re-released the Batman, in theaters, and you can buy a popcorn bucket with the bat signal on it, and it is a working bat signal. There's a couple of different ones. They're $35 in the theater. It was only in AMC theaters. They're already on eBay at like $70 and $80.
That's too much for that, but I mean, that's awesome.
They look pretty cool, though.
I do
out of
love
all
that,
the,
man.
Out of all the buckets, they look really cool. All right, Odie, say later.
See you later, boys.
Yeah.
Look, always one.
Like, is he stuck? Is
I'll
like
also say some gibberish.
It's like backwards masking. Hey, wada bada bing bong. I don't know.
Ooh ee ooh ah.
Ting tang, walla bada bing bang. Ooh ee ooh ah ah. Ting tang, walla bada bang bang.
Good night, everybody.
Do.
I just so got copyrighted.